Also, Gawker's shutting down. Really? So sorry, Alex Perrine. Bad day to run this interview. Real bad day, not a joke or euphemism. Gawker is literally shutting down? I thought they had a buyer. Oh, shit. Yeah, I shouldn't open up that link. Just because I might freeze. Are they shutting down?
Yeah, this is from an hour ago. Gawker.com to end operations next week. You want me to read it? It's just 2 paragraphs.
Sure. It's horrible.
After nearly 14 years of operation, Gawker.com will be shutting down next week. The decision to close Gawker comes days after Univision successfully bid $135 million for Gawker Media's 6 other websites, and 4 months after the Silicon Valley billionaire Peter Thiel revealed his clandestine legal campaign against the company. Nick Denton, the company's outgoing CEO, informed current staffers of the site's fate on Thursday afternoon, just hours before a bankruptcy court in Manhattan will decide whether to approve Univision's bid for Gawker Media's other assets. Staffers will soon be assigned to other editorial roles, either at one of the other 6 sites or elsewhere within Univision. Near-term plans for Gawker.com's coverage, as well as the site's archives, have not been finalized.
Well, thank God, they're keeping their jobs. Private capital is a threat to the free press. And it is very, very important to get that. This notion, and of course, government censorship is a serious issue. And of course, but we know this, and we've seen this with whistleblower cases. But private capital in concentrated hands is a profound danger to the free press. Go back and listen to the interview I did last year with Mark Ames. He talked about how, in Seymour Hersh's prime, when he was exposing atrocities in Vietnam, he's exposing all sorts of global CIA, U.S. wrongdoing. When he went up against the power of the corporation, that was when the New York Times wouldn't or couldn't back him. And in this case, you just have, a guy who we all know is incredibly extreme and bizarre in his views, exercising power through, some weird sleaze story, which obviously Gawker should have never run. But regardless, that's irrelevant. To bankrupt a site that I think everybody had criticisms of at times, but a funny and important and aggressive and entertaining and incredibly talented place. Private capital is absolutely a threat to a free press.
It reminds me of yesterday, Mother Jones put out an article called "This is What's Missing from Journalism Right Now." And the main takeaway is that they had a prison story that came out. And they say, conservatively, our prison story cost roughly $350,000. The banner ads that appeared in it brought in $5,000, give or take. I think there's a huge problem with capitalism and journalism. It doesn't work to inform people. So we have to figure out a way to either make that work. I'm personally inclined towards like a universal basic income.
Yeah. But you need that.
Because we've subsidized the press throughout. That's what the postal service is. We need to figure out how to do that in the 21st century.
And also, let's be aware as well that while, the BBC has certainly had problems, but the reality is that for this sort of generic comment about national press services being somehow intrinsically like, North Korean television, there's actually countless examples of quite the opposite.
Yeah, I love the BBC.
But BBC is a prime one.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.